Hi guys, this is Stacia the Cunning Mom and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, a little bit new. Confession, one of my guilty pleasures is watching reality show TV. And some of my favorites are 90 Day Fiance, the entire franchise. Before the 90 days, 90 Day Fiance What Now? The new one that they have, 90 Day Fiance, The Other Way, and the one that I'm going to be talking to you guys about today is Married at First Sight. Now, I started watching Married at First Sight at the very first season, and I haven't seen all the seasons, but I am watching this season. I've been watching the entire thing and I'm here to do a review. So this is a review of Married at First Sight. Now, hopefully you watch it. If you don't watch it, I'm just going to give you a quick synopsis. So they have some experts. They have a pastor, they have a sex therapist, they have some like psychologists. And these experts match couples and they get married at first sight. So they basically meet each other at the altar and their family is there. I mean, they go through the whole thing. They pick their wedding dress and they have a reception, everything. So it's like a real wedding. This is real. And they have 8 weeks. And after those 8 weeks of being married, they have a decision to make whether they want to stay married or not. So there are 4 couples. The first one I'm going to talk about is Deanna and Greg. Okay, so the last episode was basically the episode before the season finale. In the season finale, they're going to meet up and they're going to decide whether they want to stay married or not. So Deanna and Greg, I'm going to leave a picture right here for you guys to see who they are, who I'm talking about, just in case you're not familiar. But I really think they are a great match. Honestly, this season, I am impressed by the matches. They all seem very compatible. They all like each other. You know, they met at the altar. So, and they all seem to have liked each other. I was impressed by the matches, just based on personality, culture, and everything. It just seemed like they were a great match. Deanna is the one that has not been in a relationship was not in a relationship for about 10 years before she got married. And because of that, she has walls up. She doesn't trust very easily. She doesn't talk about her emotions, and she's just very guarded. And really, Greg is like the perfect person for her. He is so patient, just allowing her to just be herself, to express herself, and patient in getting those walls down, just taking those walls down. But she has some work to do. I think she still needs to, she has some walls that she needs to bring those walls down and allow that man to just love her. Okay? Now, Greg met with his friend in the last episode, and I actually like his friend. His friend, he asked, some very thought-provoking questions, which I think is great. And one of the things he said, I don't think it was the last episode, I think it was the one prior. Nobody's perfect, right? So, and of course she has her flaws, and Greg was telling him about some of her flaws and stuff. But one of the things he said was, are her imperfections perfect for you? Did you hear that? Are her imperfections perfect for you? Basically, we all have imperfections, okay? But can you deal with them? Can you live with them? That's basically it. Nobody is perfect. So you're looking for a spouse, you need to figure out, are those can I live with their imperfections? Right? So I just love that. Now, Deanna said that she does not love Greg yet. Honestly, I think she does. I personally think she does. She just doesn't want to admit it. She probably doesn't even know it. She probably does not. I'm not going to say she doesn't want to admit it. Maybe that's not right. I think she probably does. She does not know it. I mean, she has not been in a relationship for a while. She's probably trying to like decipher all those feelings, all those emotions, and figure out exactly what it is that she's feeling. So I do think she loves him personally. I mean, I'm not her, but that's just my opinion. And that's my opinion. This is my review. Okay. So the same friend, I think it was the same friend that Greg was talking to, and he asked him, did you already smash? I'm like, okay, now you're giving me two sides. Like, you're giving me the philosophical side, or her imperfection's perfect for you, and now you're asking the man, did he already smash? But Greg's answer was perfect. He was like, nah, man, you talking about my wife, you need to stop, right? I'm like, okay, Greg. Okay. But yeah, I think that they're a great match. I think they need to work it out. I think Deanna needs to bring those walls down. I think Greg needs to stop playing a little bit because yeah, he plays like he plays a lot and gets on her nerves, right? So they just need to learn how to like deal with each other. All right, that's it for Deanna and Greg. Now at the end of this, I'm going to give some of my predictions. All right, so now we're going to move on to Elizabeth and Jamie. Now Elizabeth and Jamie, Elizabeth's the redhead, kind of fiery, kind of crazy. I do like her. I like Elizabeth. She's a little bit out there. I don't know if she's all there, right? But I do like her. So when they introduced Jamie and you saw Jamie's house, the man's house was just immaculate, clean, in order, right? And then you saw Elizabeth and she was kind of wild and crazy. And I'm thinking, I don't know if this is going to work out, because he seems like he's a little bit OCD and she seems like she's just a free spirit, which she is a free spirit and she leaves everything everywhere. But I mean, when you see their house, it's just a mess. Like there's clothes everywhere. And I'm like, he's the OCD one. So I would expect him to like pick it up, but I mean, we don't see everything. So it is possible that they're arguing about leaving stuff everywhere and we just don't see that. And he's probably like, I'm not picking it up. That's your mess. You're going to pick it up. I don't know. But I do see that as a problem. And I'm hoping that their differences will make them stronger. Maybe they'll balance each other out. Maybe that's what the experts are hoping, that they would like balance each other out. But their relationship is a little bit toxic. Yeah, so I don't know. They both have issues. And in the beginning, I thought Elizabeth was the one, just because she just says whatever. Like she just spurts out of the mouth and she just says whatever to anyone, anywhere. So I thought, you know, like she needs to just chill. But Jamie is kind of an instigator. Like you see when they're just happy in the car, and then she might say one thing and then he just jumps on that and he hones in on that and he just attacks. So like you can see that he's a bit of an instigator, so it's not like a one-sided thing. So, and what's up with Jamie and the SCX thing? Like, is he an addict? What did she say? We have it like 3 or 4 times a week. Okay, Jamie, how much more do you need? Yeah, something's up there. They don't have the same drive. And if you guys are only married for 8 weeks and you're arguing about this, I don't know what it's going to be like 8 months, 8 years. But I do think that something's up with Jamie in that little department. So good luck, Elizabeth. If you guys stay together, good luck. Now we're moving on to Iris and Keith. Iris and Keith. I have to say, they are my favorite. They are my favorite. And I do pray that they make it through. I pray that they work out. I think they are an excellent match. Okay, so Iris is the virgin. I think Keith was spot on. So Keith said that Iris is emotionally immature, and I think he was spot on when he said that. And I think this really stems from her being an only child. You're an only child. You're basically the baby. You've always been the baby, right? There's no middle child. This is the baby of the family. No, you are the baby of the family. Like, you've always been the baby. So she's not accustomed to sharing. She's just childish, right? She's probably been treated like a baby all her life. Yeah, so she's a little bit childish, and you see that in her answer when he asked her. So they were supposed to share like a secret, right? You're supposed to tell your spouse a secret, and that's just you connecting on an emotional level. And she tells him some crazy story about when she swallowed like coin. Like, you're 27 years old, 28 years old. How is that a secret? How is that a secret to share with your spouse so that you can connect? Okay. And Keith was just like, all right, good night. Lights out. Went to bed. And he's just like, yeah, she's emotionally immature. Spot on, Keith. Spot on. That, coupled with the fact that even talking about sex makes her cringe. Like, at your age, you're married, you should be okay discussing that with your husband. You signed up for this. You signed up to be on Married at First Sight. You signed up to be a wife. I understand that you have never done that before. And I got to tell you guys, Keith has been very patient, very understanding. And granted, it's only been 8 weeks. Like, men wait longer than 8 weeks for that. Like, you guys just met. I understand how she feels. And one of the things that Keith said was, I think he said this to his mom. He's not sure if he should be the person to take her virginity. And I think that speaks volumes about the person that he is, because he's not sure if that relationship is going to work out, right? He's not sure. They have an out. After 8 weeks, they have an out. He's not sure if he's going to stay married to this girl. And he understands the value of that to her. Like, she's been saving this for her husband. And if there's a possibility that they're not going to stay married, he doesn't want to take that from her. Oh my God. Like, this is a mature man. I mean, that just made me like Keith even more. The fact that he said that made me like him even more. And Iris said that she has done other things. She didn't say what the other things were. And I don't see her doing other things with her husband. She seems very disconnected in that sense. It seems like Iris has not done anything. I'm sorry. And it's okay. And one thing I want to say is that I am extremely proud of the fact that at 27 years old, she has not done that. And I'm extremely proud for saving herself for her husband, valuing herself, and just not out there doing whatever with God knows who. So, and I understand him. I understand her. I understand that she knows that he has an out, and she has saved herself for her husband. And if this man does not plan on staying her husband, she's not giving it up. I'm with you, Iris. I'm with you. You go ahead. More power to you. I do think that Keith really likes her. I think that they can grow together. I think that he can help her to mature. I think that once they get to those experts, that 8 weeks, and when Keith says that he wants to stay married to her, and she says that she wants to stay married to him, I think they're going to go home and Keith's going to get it. Iris is just waiting. That's just my opinion. All right, so now we're moving on to Amber and Matt. Oh, Amber. For Amber. Now, Amber, her little petite, cute little self. Matt, tall basketball player. Now, when they first met, they looked like an odd couple. But I think they balanced each other. Like, I love her personality. She saw him and she was like, he is so fine. I love my husband looks so good. And they were just kissing each other like all night. And they were the first couple. They were the only couple who did the horizontal polka on the very first night, on their wedding night. And history have shown that when you do that, it's a sign that there's going to be some issues, right? I don't know. I don't want to say she was loose, but I guess she was married to him. So, but it was the first night. You didn't know this man. You didn't know, like 5 hours ago, you did not know this man. Okay. So, I mean, that was a sign. Like, when they did that, they have about as much issues as Elizabeth and Jamie. About as much issues as Elizabeth and Jamie, because Elizabeth and Jamie, they have spent nights away from each other within their 8 weeks of marriage. Amber and Matt have also spent nights away from each other. And really because Matt is extremely immature. This man has no clue what it is to be in a relationship. He said his parents were married for a long time, but it seems like he has no idea what marriage is. He should not be married to anyone right now until he figure out what it means to be married, what your role is, what your obligation to your wife is. Like, you should not be married. All right? I mean, you disappear, you spend nights at your friend's house. You don't call your wife, you take your ring off, you leave it there. Like, none of this makes sense. Like, this is not someone who's married. Like, you don't act like that. And I think Matt just says what people want to hear, right? His actions do not match the words that are coming out of his mouth. Like, not one bit. So he's just like a people pleaser. For instance, they were at the cabin, like the couple's retreat at the cabin. And he's sitting there talking about, I have just sacrificed so much for this relationship. And Amber's like, yeah, because what he's talking is a bunch of bull. What have you sacrificed, sir? Exactly, what have you sacrificed? And maybe it is sacrifice. Maybe what he is doing, maybe staying home is a sacrifice to him because he's not used to staying home with anybody, like at all. So maybe staying home a couple nights is a sacrifice. No, honey. You stay home, you come home every night. That's what marriage is. Okay? But wait, last episode. This is how the episode ended. Amber's friend, apparently it's her best friend, Tamale, he saw Matt with a girl at some bar, restaurant, whatever. He saw Matt with a girl. And Amber was like, did it look like... Amber was trying to figure out if it's just a girl, if it's just a friend. And the guy was like, nah, it was more than that. And Amber's just like, she knew he was up to something. Like, she knew. And then now she's, like wondering, like, how long has this been going on? Like, this man says that when he's gone, he's sleeping on his friend's couch. Bull. Stop sleeping on no friend's couch. Like, really? You're on a reality TV show. You're on a TV show. You signed up for this show for 8 weeks, and you're trying to tell me that you can't stay faithful for 8 weeks? I'm sorry. That man must have had a girlfriend. He must have had a girlfriend. And then he's sitting there with his friend, and he's trying to vent, talking about oh, Amber's upset, you know, she nags about me when I'm spending time with you guys, and when I spend the night over at your house. And then the friend is like, well, man, that's also your fault because you have a communication problem. Like, you're sitting on the couch and you're like, oh, I should probably text Amber, but then you don't. Okay, good. So he's trying to vent to his friend, trying to make it seem like Amber is nagging, and the friend called him out. Yeah, that's what you get. Ugh, jerk. That's all I gotta say about Matt. He's a jerk. I'm sorry. Now I'm getting a little bit salty. Probably shouldn't have ended on Matt, since he's the bad one. I don't like him. I was liking him. I just thought that he needed like maturing in a relationship and just learning the role of a husband and just adapting. But now I see that he's a cheater. And Amber, you need to run, honey. You need to run because this man is not ready to be married to anybody. Okay, so let's change gears. And now I'm going to talk about predictions. So the next episode will be the season finale. And I am going to do a review for the season finale. So for predictions, Deanna and Greg. Now, I think that Deanna and Greg will stay together. I think they will stay together, and I think that they will have a very long lasting relationship. Yeah, I do. I think that Deanna will grow to love Greg. I think Greg already loves her. I think she will grow to love him. She will realize her feelings that she loves him. And I think they're going to have a wonderful relationship. I think they're a great match, and I think they will work out. Elizabeth and Jamie. I think Elizabeth and Jamie will choose each other on decision day. I think they will decide to stay married, but I do not think their marriage will last. They fight too much. They argue too much. They're both strong-willed. They're both kind of pig-headed. They both just say whatever, and having to be constantly apologizing. I don't know. I think when they do decide to stay together, I think they need to have therapy, like deep, intensive therapy, and figure out their relationship and figure out how to work as one. So that's my prediction for Elizabeth and Jamie. Keith and Iris. I think Keith and Iris will stay together, and I think they will also have a lasting relationship. I think their family is going to just be a big old bunch of love. I love their families. I guess I love their families as much as I love them. But I think they will stay together. I think that Iris freakish side is going to come out. We saw her when she was in that dance. And that man, Keith, you could see he just wanted to, I don't know, did you guys see that? When they went to this dance studio when she was teaching them how to do some soca dance. Now, I'm from Guyana. Soca is our music. Iris was moving them hips. And Keith looked like he just wanted to rip her clothes off of her. I'm like, what are you doing to this man? You and they're all grinding up on him. And he's looking at her like, oh, yeah, I think her freakish side is going to come out once she starts getting some. But I think they will stay together. Yeah. Amber and Matt, sad to say, I do not think they will pick each other. I don't think either of them will pick each other. We know Amber's not going to pick him because he's cheating on her. And I don't think Matt is going to pick Amber because Matt doesn't want to be married. Matt wanted to be on a reality TV show so he can get another basketball contract. Yeah. He came on the show saying that, oh, he's retiring from basketball, and they're on their honeymoon, and he's saying that he's thinking about signing a contract. Boy, get out of here. You lied. You just wanted to be on TV. Okay, I'm getting salty again. All right, let's end this on a good note. All right, so those are my predictions for Married at First Sight. Let's see if they will come to pass. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is my very first review of a reality TV show, and there's more in store. 90 Day Fiance, I'm gonna be doing a review on those. I really hope you guys watch it. Guys, I love these shows. I really hope you guys watch it, and I hope I'm not boring you with this. If you don't, just go look it up. You can go on Facebook. You can read up all about the couples. All right, guys, so that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you watched the show and you are familiar, leave some feedback down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.